Hello my friends and fellow VEDSies, congratulations, we have made it through the first week of VEDS. And a smidge. Which means it's time for my first response video. Usually in these I'd like to discuss a specific video or challenge, but every once in a while the stars align and everyone ends up talking about the same thing. This week was one such week. See, one of the themes running through this first week of VEDS was self-care. Whether that's Caleb's choice to do VEDS, Alicia challenging negative thoughts, or Pip with rice bags and shadow film. Y'all have been doing a lot of good work to make your lives easier, and I'm proud of you for that. Side note, talking about emotions and telling people I'm proud of them while wearing an earth tone cardigan is a little more Mr. Rogers than I intended, but I'm not mad at it. Self-care is an interesting concept. When I first encountered the term in high school, it was, if not a verb, then at least a series of actions. Here are the things you can do to make your life better, to make your life easier, to take care of yourself. Now, though, self-care is often talked about as something you buy. Here's a list of products that will make you feel better. If you treat yourself, it'll fill the void way better than doing the damn dishes ever could. Like so many times before, and so many times since, capitalism has turned an idea into a product. Perhaps unsurprisingly, as an anxious disabled person who has dealt with a lot of learned helplessness over the years, self-care has been a challenging concept for me. Of course, it's fun to use to justify to buy yourself little treats now and then, which I have done on many an occasion, but there is more to self-care than just treat yourself. To use perhaps the most cliche analogy in the world, imagine your body is a car. Sure, it's cool that you got a personalized license plate and stickers and magnets and car lashes and a bass-boosted system to the high heavens, I guess, if it makes you happy. If you're out of wiper fluid and your tires need air and you were supposed to get an oil change 3,000 miles ago, then it doesn't matter how fancy the car is, it's still not gonna drive. In many ways, that's self-care. Sometimes it's buying yourself a fancy little beverage. Sometimes it's doing the damn dishes. Buying yourself a fancy beverage as a treat is nice and it'll make you feel better in the short term, but sometimes you gotta do the dishes or else mold is gonna grow and it's just gonna make you feel worse. So where am I in terms of self-care? If we're gonna continue the analogy, surgery was me getting my car back from the shop. The impediment to driving is gone, and so now it's up to me to maintain the car. You know, without becoming obsessive about it to the point I can't do other things in my life. In human terms, I'm learning how to be a person now that the main thing that got in the way of me being functional is gone. But also I'm trying to balance the mindfulness with enjoyment, because if I obsess too much over being healthy now that I can be healthy, it'll become unhealthy, because nothing can be simple. Realistically, that looks like a lot of things, and some of them are really cool and easy to motivate myself to do. Others not so much. It's so exciting that I can finally eat foods like apples again, and I'm gonna be able to try all of these things I haven't had since I was a kid and not be in pain. But that doesn't mean that the idea of making 3 mostly healthy meals a day every day isn't exhausting. Like, I have more spoons than I did 6 months ago, but it's still a lot of work. Same with exercise. Physical therapy has made it so I don't hurt every day of my life, but that doesn't mean I'm always motivated to do what I'm supposed to. And that sort of snowballs into every aspect of my life. In theory, it's really cool that I'm able to move forward in my life unencumbered by the things that have made the first 25 years so fucking difficult. But new things, even good new things, are inherently scary. And having the ability to make an impact on what my life looks like is new. And so it is scary. So I think right now self-care looks like taking one step at a time. Whether that step is taking the extra time to include fruits and veggies in an otherwise lazy lunch, or spending 15 minutes stretching even when I don't want to, grad school or therapy or editing my novel or making 30 videos in the month of September. It's remembering that while I'm not in control of everything, there are some things I can control and can improve. It's new to me, and it's awesome and terrifying and empowering all at once. But if I take it one step at a time, I'll get somewhere. Eventually. My friends and fellow VEDSies, I'll see you tomorrow.